Hey everybody, how you doing? Out at the range today, hanging out with Heavy Metal and some friends. This is about to be a really fun video. You can see the smile on my face because of what I got on my hands. We have today a CMMG, and just look at the shape of that mag. You can probably guess what round that is. 7.62x39 CMMG Banshee. This is going to be a real hoot to shoot, but we've got dagger defense iron sights on it, dagger defense red dot, and this one's actually pretty slick. You can change the reticles and stuff. Let me roll in some footage real quick of that dagger defense stuff and this whole setup. This is a really sweet machine. We're gonna sight this in at 25 yards. We literally just slapped all this stuff on here and see what we can do with it, but should be a whole lot of fun. All right, we're just gonna shoot it off the hood of my Ranger here. And first I'm just gonna turn on this red dot. I call it a red dot, but this is like a super nice optic. I should call it an optic. I'm gonna leave the iron sights down at first and just get this baby sighted right in so that it hits where we're aiming and go from there. But we're just shooting this steel case wolf ammo, and let's see where this first shot hits. I'm gonna aim literally at the center of the body bullseye here. If we feel like we can't get consistent, we'll put it in this vise over here, but I think we can get pretty close here. All right. Looks like the right to left we're about 3 inches to the right and maybe an inch low. So this dagger defense right here in the center is the up. That hit him in the bottom left of his neck. So it adjusted the right way, but it adjusted too far the right way. So we got to come down. That optic's real touchy there. Down a bit. And then right just a hair. And I'm also taking into consideration the guy that mounted this knew what he was doing. No, he may not have. He may not have. But let's take a second shot, or this is shot number 3 here. See where this third shot hits. After this third shot, we'll walk up to the target and kind of see where we're at. That one's a little bit closer, but I'm gonna go on safe. And let's walk up to the target and kind of see where our 3 shots are. All right, so walking up to our target here, there was our first shot. Then our second shot hit up there. And there's our third shot. So our adjustments are working like we want it to, but I just need to come down a bit and center a little bit more. Hopefully only another 2 or 3 shots and we'll be hitting bullseye, but it's not exactly close. There's no power zoom on this. I'm actually gonna walk it off and make sure that this is 25 yards, but I'll be right back and shoot it again. That one's so close to the bullseye, I think I'm gonna stop and go look at it before I touch the rifle again. So let's go run up and check where we hit there. All right, so you know what? That one hit the bullseye on shot number 4, so let's take, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5 more shots, see if we can punch this out, and if so, we'll leave it there for the dagger defense red dot optic we have on there, but that's pretty good. Hot again. All right, so let's put 3 more shots and see if we can punch that center bullseye out, just make sure that we're dead on here. All right, so I'm gonna call that dialed in. We took 4 more shots, hit there, 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 there. I'm gonna call that good for shooting off of the hood of a pickup truck at 25 to 30 yards. So I think we're gonna keep that one. And let's see what we can do with the iron sights shooting at the head here. So now that we got this red dot sighted in, let me make sure I turn it off before I kill all the batteries. I was about to start shooting and doing the iron sights, but then my buddy Tim, genius that he is, says, well, if that's on, why don't we just adjust the irons to that? So that's what I'm gonna do quick here. That's why I left it on. Okay, so that's going right to left. Actually, I just turned it the wrong way. So now, took 4 or 5 or 6 clicks to get these to line up to this. So now I'm going to turn this off and just take a few shots with the iron sights flipped up, red dot off. It's also a sweet setup because you can look through the irons there and you're looking through this, so you're not blocking your iron sights with that. So it's actually a really sweet setup to do it that way. But let's take a few shots with the iron sights. I'm gonna aim right at the middle of the head and see where it hits. That hit just to the left of his head. You take another one. I can't see where that hit. So that hit him right in the neck. So I think that's pretty close to being on with the iron sights. Well, let's take another 2 shots, maybe 2 or 3 shots, and see if we can keep that on target. Safe. Now I'm gonna run up and see how we did with those iron sights at this distance, and I think we should be able to leave it there. So coming up to the target, yeah, there's those hits. Boom, neck, and that wasn't there, and that wasn't there either. So iron sights are good there. That weapon, that rifle is set up, guys, both the red dot and with the irons. So didn't take us that many shots, but hey, 7.62x39 in a Banshee, that is no joke, guys. And at 25-30 yards, hey, I think we're doing pretty good. Big thanks to my buddy Tim for bringing out his Banshee in 7.62. We were able to sight it in a little bit quicker than I expected, to tell you the truth. I thought it might take a few more rounds, but sighted in good, and is a blast to shoot in 7.62. Hopefully we're gonna send a whole lot more rounds down range through this thing. But thanks for watching the video, guys. A big shout out to the Heavy Metal Guns and Outdoor channel. Everybody go check them out and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you on the next video. Hooty-hoo!